Look, the critics didn't seem to like this very much, but the audience really did. I didn't love this movie, but I didn't hate it either, and there's no way I just wasted my time with this. So what's the deal? Let's figure that out right now. Hey, welcome everybody. My name is Greg, and on this channel I defend all of the nerdy movies and TV shows that you like, that in this case the critics say you shouldn't, because on this channel, your fandom matters. Okay, first point, that the movie spent more time doing world building than actually character development. Okay, I mean clearly there's a pretty rich world that has developed since the first video game came out 30 years ago. So there's more of a world to actually explore. And it's not like this is just devoid of any character growth or even any sort of interesting characters. I mean, Sonya Blade, Kano, Cole, who's the main character, all have some pretty legitimate motivations and character development in this. Cole really wanting to protect his family, really is destined to become a better hero and fighter than the down on his luck MMA fighter that we see currently. Sonya Blade really wants to be an elite fighter. She is craving it. She wants that mark on her, and she also wants to figure this mystery out. Although this didn't necessarily work for me, it is something that still makes sense. I really don't think the writer sacrificed characters for world building. And although there is this world building, the critics still seem to think that there's not really much of a story. And I would disagree with that. It is all this build up of trying to stop basically a bunch of cheaters from, getting out of the tournament. But another critic actually said that once the training sequences started, then all of a sudden any sort of progression stopped. And I am going to do a little pushback on here because so many people love this part of it, because then we started getting into all the action and all the fighting. This was a method to actually get into what looked like the video game and the one-on-one fights. This time also allows us to see a character like Kano start to become a villain. But even though we had the training sequences of the fights, that wasn't a part of the tournament, which is another criticism. Now, I get it. We didn't get the tournament itself. But even though we didn't get the tournament, we still got the fights. And to be quite honest, Mortal Kombat is all about the fights and the fatalities. And those are the things that we got to see. And even though I don't play the video game a lot, I remember playing the video game with some of my old roommates from a few years ago. And let me tell you, the fatalities in the movie are exactly like the game, and that was something that, even though it made me cringe and turn away in some instances, it also made me think, wow, they really got this right from the game. Which brings me to my next point. We saw all these cool finishers because we got to be introduced to so many characters. They really packed them in there, and even though that is a bit fan servicey, I mean, the game has grown to have a lot of characters. This isn't like 20, 25 years ago where there was maybe 15 characters. Now Mortal Kombat has so many more, so the movie has to pack in a few extras, and that's fine. But as I was watching it, I was still thinking, what did the critics not like about it? And I finally came to a realization. Does it even matter? I really don't think it matters what the critics think about this movie, because 88% of the audience on Rotten Tomatoes really liked it. They had fun. But I think it's more than just having fun. If you ever watched my other video defending the 1995 movie, which you can see right up here, I talk about how they honored the characters and the mythos of Mortal Kombat. And that was really radical considering the other video game movies that came before it. Now, it's been a while, and nerd culture is more popular than ever, and now you can actually be more serious. And actually the games have also changed and evolved from being a little more cartoony and being that 16-bit graphics to now being more and pushing the envelope. And that's what this movie does. It actually goes beyond honoring the material, and it is now trying to be more serious, more of a real movie, an epic, a series, a franchise. This type of material spoke to the fans, and if you're a fan, then it must have spoken to you in some way. And the critics really don't look at it that way. They're really coming more from my perspective. Heard of Mortal Kombat, watched the movie, but overall, it's okay for them not to get it. And it's okay for you to get it if you like this movie. Because art is something for people to appreciate. Just enjoy it for what it is. Know that you like it, and that's all that really matters. Are the critics crazy? it doesn't really matter, because if you enjoyed it, that's what matters most. And if you like the new Mortal Kombat movie, leave a comment down below about what was your favorite part about it, or maybe your favorite character. And I will see you in the next video.